Hey guys, welcome to Tar Series 7, and today I'm reviewing this, which is the DC Multiverse Platinum Series Injustice 2 Superman. So I was really blessed. I found this at Ollie's for $15, and that's pretty awesome. I remember when these came out last year at GameStops for $30. I wasn't able to pick them up at the time. They sold out really quickly, and they have been showing up at some places, I think like TJ Maxx and Ollie's, but a lot of my stores haven't had them down here. They sold out of them, never brought them back. So it's not super rare, but it's one of those things that kind of just hard to find in the local area, and not something I really want to order online, especially with some of how they are. But yeah, overall I think it's very cool, so really happy I could find it there. I don't know if all these are doing this, but I think they are. Regardless, it's really cool. We got a nice cool view of him in package here. We have the metals here where it says metals. I love that. I love that these figures actually incorporate metal into them. I think this is the first time Mattel's ever done this. I don't know completely, but I think it's cool. And then we got the DC logo here, and you'll notice it's silver, and it's got the silver lines instead of the blue, and it's also a nice contrast to the Signature collection, how that used gold. So I really do like that. Then we got an image of Superman from the game here, Superman and Injustice 2 logo. On the top we have the DC logo, and on the sides we have that same picture of Superman, and then on the back we have that picture of Superman, a bio on Superman from the game, and a quote from Superman from the game. So these are definitely they definitely feel a lot like the Signature collection figures. They're considered the Platinum collection, that's what they call them because of the metal aspect, but they definitely feel a lot like the Signature collection with the bios and everything. So yeah, let's open this up. So here we have the Man of Steel, quite literally, and yeah, he looks great, absolutely amazing. I do like the face sculpt. I think it looks pretty good. He also has red eyes, which is nice. You don't get a lot of Superman with red eyes. Obviously with Injustice and their version of Superman, it makes sense, but definitely looks really cool, and the hair is very nice too. Like how they sculpted it. Kind of see the little curl there as well. And he does have some nice little detailings on his helmet. You'll notice they're not really a helmet, but a faceplate. But it's got the metallic blue and gold, and it looks good. It goes around on the sides. I do like it. And the overall suit is nice. It incorporates metal in some areas. It's just so cool how they did it. Like, the torso here is metal, the legs are metal, I think the arms have metal. I just absolutely love that. It's heavy too, like the package and the figure is definitely heavy. And you get this really cool base. It has the DC logo on it. It's different from the Signature bases, but I do like that because with as heavy as this guy is, if he falls, definitely don't want this to fall on your foot or something. And from like a high up shelf, I mean, it could possibly break it too. So definitely glad they gave us this really nice base here, but I love the gold and red emblem. It looks good, and then you got this dark blue that goes around like the shoulders and the elbows, but you have this nice little light blue that kind of goes around to it. It looks good, and you've got some yellow and red there, and then you got the yellow kind of belt, which is cool, and then you have the darker and lighter blue, and they contrast each other really good. He also has a soft good cape, which is pretty cool, and it's got some nice details in it. Definitely cool, and just to show you what it looks like on the back there, you can kind of see some nice designs and everything. Definitely keep some of the sculpt, which is good, so good that they did that. Now, as for the articulation, he does feature a 360 at the head, but it is kind of stiff. It can kind of look up and down. You have 360 at the arms, they swing out the shoulder, you have 360 there, and single joint elbows, and 360 at the wrist. You have a 360 at the torso. There isn't an ab crunch, which is something that a lot of people have been complaining about. But this is die-cast metal, so it'd be very hard for them to actually design a way to incorporate the metal feature and design a way for it to crunch. So I don't mind this figure not being super articulate, because honestly, it would be kind of hard to do that for them. The legs do come forwards, backwards, and outwards, and you have bendability at the knee. So it's not what we're used to in Multiverse. It's definitely less articulation, but again, a die-cast metal, like, it would be really hard for them to put like thigh joints or knee joints that rotate, because you don't want them to break. And then also too, like if they put like feet pivots or something like that, with how heavy this guy is, it could have potentially hurt that. So I'm kind of glad that they ultimately did not go that route, and that way it doesn't break or anything. But it is actually pretty heavy. It's pretty cool and pretty neat. I do like having it in the collection, I'm not gonna lie, it looks really good. And he does stand well without the base. It's just a nice little thing to display him on and to kind of keep him, there just to make sure. But he does stand well without the base. And then here's a comparison with the Bizarro Walgreens exclusive. I'm just going to slide him over a little bit. And as you can see, he's a little bit taller. And then here's a comparison with the Spider-Man PS4 Marvel Legends figure. And just to kind of show you, it is around the 6-inch scale. He seems to be a little bit taller, but yeah. So overall, I think this is a great action figure. Definitely one worth picking up. And like I said, I found this at Ollie's. I know some of those stores are putting them out at the moment. And I remember TJ Maxx had put them out a little bit last year too. So definitely one to pick up if you can find it. I know of Mattel and Multiverse, they've had terrible time with distribution. But nonetheless, I really do like this. I love how it incorporates metal. It's so unique and new to the Multiverse line. And it just makes it feel realistic. I do think if you like articulation in traditional action figures, I do think you might not like this one, but overall, I think it's pretty cool. I love it, and I love that added feature. Thank you guys for watching. Please rate, like, and subscribe.